Here we are in front of the Williams St Farmhouse with Saskia. She's going to show us around today about animals.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'll follow you to the
Okay.
chicken house in this beautiful March morning.
I know, gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Matt said he thought breakup was coming this morning.
Yeah. I think that anyway because I'm from Fairbanks. This is like March. All right, there's a picture from the outside of the chicken and combined greenhouse. Okay.
Watch the stuff down here.
Okay. Oh, aren't you something?
We just have 3 of them in there.
Just 3, huh?
Yeah.
You had more this summer, right?
Yeah, well, last year we had more, but it was too small of a space over the winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we gave some to our friend that wanted to get chickens.
Mm-hmm. And they can go out through that door?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that door is at ground level outside.
I see.
So we're sunken into the earth here, which kind of helps with the heat retention.
Right, and I like their little coat hanger thing over there that they can roost on.
Yep, their roost.
Yeah.
And their water is theoretically tempered that so that they can't poop in it, although they still manage.
They still manage to do it. Yeah.
And then we put this remake. This is just floating row cover. We put it on the sides to keep the dust down. In
The dust. Yeah.
They're very dusty creatures.
Mm-hmm. But they like that, right?
They like the dust.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the best thing about having chickens?
The entertainment value of them.
Really?
Is pretty neat. Yeah, they're such funny creatures, you know, and having life in your garden that makes noise, I think, is really valuable. And of course, the eggs. I would have to say the eggs are definitely the best because they taste so much better than any store-bought egg. And they're super fresh. The yolks are bright orange. The whites are clear. They're just really, really tasty and good eggs. And I know that they have a lot more vitamins and good stuff in them than the store-bought eggs do.
And I see that you're doing the deep litter method. So here's where Saskia tells me all about deep litter bedding. She does not clean her chicken house except for once a year. It's in the spring when she wants to get her compost pile started. So during the winter, whenever it starts smelling stinky or anything like that, they just throw in more straw. And they leave it like that, and the manure, the chicken manure, kind of gets just turned up in there because the chickens are walking around. She said that's the only way to do it, and it also increases some heat in the greenhouse because of the composting effect. So that's how she does her deep litter chicken house. How do you get up in the morning and do things around here?
No, the chickens don't make me go to work at all.
No,
they're pretty self-sufficient. And I try to get out there every day to collect the eggs, and I'm not always 100% great at that. So, but every other day, get out there and get the eggs once a day, and that's about it. So it's really actually, I mean, people think chickens are a lot of work, but it depends on how you set up the system. So they don't necessarily need you hovering around them all the time.
right.
Some scratch that I give them, and that kind of helps them go through the straw and throw it in there. And they scratch for it, and then they dig up that.
Oh, that makes sense. It went on to say that in the wintertime, the chickens get bored. And so she has to go in there once a day to give them the scratch, to scratch around and look for that stuff, to mix up the straw, to make the bedding more fluffy so that they don't go insane in the winter. They can't go outside much. So I thought that was fun that she has to provide them entertainment.
also from Mill and Feed their chicken 20% layer pellets. And this box takes an entire bag of feed at a time, so we only have to feed them, once a month, once every couple months we put another bag in.
Oh, so it feeds itself. I see. Smart.
So it makes it really, the water holds 4 gallons and this holds a whole bag. And so you just have to check the water change. In the wintertime, sits on, let me show you that. There's a little plate down here that's a heater base, and that plugs into the wall and it turns on when the temperature drops below freezing.
Good. The design of the greenhouse then matches it's all part of permaculture in that it's integrated.
Right. So our idea was the quintessential example of permaculture. One of the quintessential examples is integrating your chickens in your greenhouse. And the idea is that the chickens give the plants CO2 and the plants give the chickens oxygen, and the chickens give the greenhouse heat during the night when they need it, and during the day the chickens go out and roam around so when the greenhouse is too hot for them. So that's kind of the idea behind it. We put basically the greenhouse and the chicken coop in the middle of our garden so that anywhere we were in the garden we could easily give the chickens weeds and stuff like that. It was always on the way to just throw them fresh.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
So placement in the middle of the garden instead of off to the side. Good.
Exactly. We've experimented with letting them just have full access to the garden, and they pretty much, they put the beds where the pathways are, and they tear up the pathways and put all the wood chips into the beds. So it's not as ideal as it sounds like, They're not very neat and tidy, so there's always a little bit of reconstruction after they are in an area.
Yeah,
the chickens love chickweed and other weeds. And yeah, they know it's good.
They know it's good.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about ducks instead of chickens?
Yes. We actually are hoping to get some ducks this summer.
Really?
Yeah. So ducks apparently are much better about coexisting with the garden. They don't have to scratch.
That's what I heard.
Which, scratching is good when you want it, but not when you don't want it. So we're hoping to kind of integrate some ducks in there.
So you have chickens and ducks?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So maybe let the ducks into the garden, once it's big enough. And they can patrol for slugs and whatnot.
Can they cohabitate in your greenhouse?
I'm not sure about that yet. I need to look into that a little bit more and decide if we're going to put them together with the chickens or if we're going to build a separate little house for them.
So I see you have heating in here for emergencies, or?
No, that's they're thermostats, but they're not.
But it's not hooked up.
Yeah, well, the green box pulls in the warm air during the day, and it sends it down that tube into perforated pipe in the floors, and it goes all the way through underneath in the ground.
Oh, nice.
The greenhouse.
Underground. Because this is underground.
Yeah, so they call it a soil heat battery.
Oh.
And then at night, the thermostat kicks on and it pulls up the warmer air in that vent in the floor. So the whole thing is powered by a little computer fan.
A computer fan, nice.
Yeah, so there's no actual heating element, just the soil heat battery.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And where'd you get that little computer fan?
I don't know, actually. I think Matt got it from somewhere.
Yeah, I've tried to look for one once. It was kind of hard. Living in the Williams St Farmhouse, how does your day go? I guess that's what I really want to know, is how you organize your day.
Well, that changes
in a permaculture way
on the time of the year, really. So I guess in the summertime, I really try to get outside in the mornings, and just kind of check on everything, at least once a day and just kind of do a survey of what's going on out there. And then in the afternoons, usually get out there and do some work, weeding or tending or whatever needs to be done out there. So I don't know, it's kind of a rhythm, but it's very seasonal, and it depends on, you know, things have definitely changed a lot now that I have a child in the mixture. So I'm not at liberty just to kind of be out there as much as I was.
Right. I did not see the nesting boxes.
So this is where we collect the eggs.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing?
That's nice. Yeah.
So
that's handy.
A little lip here to keep the bedding in there. And then they can just make their little nest in there.
Nice. You can collect the eggs without getting pecked.
Exactly, or without getting.
So if people are in Anchorage, you're right here in the east side, sort of like the UMed district.
The UMed district, Midtown, yeah. So WilliamsStFarmhouse.com is our website, and we do classes and tours and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the
consultations,
yeah. One of the most popular ones is your wine and cheese or wine tour.
And garden
wine
tour.
And garden tour.
Yeah. So people come and they drink wine and have appetizers and then go out and take a tour of the garden, and it's really fun. I talk about permaculture principles and kind of, it's a good way to get people into the garden and thinking about these principles without having to come to a class and sit down in a classroom, you know. So I think it's been really effective, and people have been really excited about it and gone away with lots of great ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your house and your chickens and your bees and all your information with us.
Yeah.
It's been a great field trip. Here's the greenhouse from the outside, just in case you wanted to see it. We just walked around the house there, so you can see that's how they have it set up, built into the ground, catching sun on the south side.